A friend told me the other day, I've just realized why I still watch this circus, because it infuriates me. Well, it infuriates all of us. But we keep coming back, hoping to see a glimpse of what Formula One used to be. And if any track delivers pure racing, it's Suzuka.
Welcome to Suzuka, or what's left of it. A place that always asked, how brave are you? Now, it has brutally debunked these FIA regulations that are not just making Formula One worse to watch, but they are also slowly taking apart the circuits that made us fall in love with the sport in the first place. Now that the circus has left Japan, let the paddock rock.
Wow!
You tune in, expecting machines pushed to the absolute limit, leaving the grandstands breathless. And instead, Formula One politely pokes us in the eye. Luckily, nobody had to bring a bulldozer to destroy the 130R.
The FIA found a much cheaper way. Just give a multi-million-dollar racing car the battery life of an old Tamagotchi.
And the drivers can't stand it anymore? Charles Leclerc is fuming on the radio. And Alex Albon confirmed it. High-speed corners simply don't exist anymore. You arrive so slowly. Everything is a medium-speed corner. The circuit is still the same, but the drivers are stuck in survival mode, just trying to keep the dashboard lights from going dark. Fernando Alonso didn't mince his words. He officially declared the corner dead, stating that the 130R is lost, just like Eau Rouge and all of Jeddah. So, we sacrificed the greatest corners on Earth. For what?
For a great illusion, the overtaking stats. Cars swap positions and the counter goes up. But what about the commentators?
The commentators clap, as if we just witnessed Senna versus Prost.
But it's empty calories. You forget it 3 seconds later.
Because you're not watching a duel. You are watching a sack race.
F1 is supposed to inspire you. And I'm sorry, but nobody grows up dreaming of becoming the world's best button pusher. Now, if this were only making the racing dull, the FIA would just smother it in corporate language. But we have gone from dull to dangerous. And the drivers warned us about these massive speed differences.
Lando Norris spelled it out in Australia. He said, when someone hits another driver at that speed, you're going to fly and go over the fence and do a lot of damage to yourself and maybe others. We also saw the system glitches right there on track, with Colapinto having to dodge Lawson to avoid a massive disaster, and Piastri ending up in the wall thanks to sudden battery spikes. The clues were everywhere, and then Alonso practically read the future right before the race. He said, overtaking these days is accidental. Suddenly you find yourself with a higher battery than the car in front, and you either crash into them or you overtake them. It's an evasive maneuver, not an overtake. Now, just ask Ollie Behrman. His crash should have shut down the denial. To top it all off, speaking not just as a driver, but as a director of the GPDA, Carlos Sainz asked the million-dollar question. Imagine going to Baku, Singapore, or Vegas and having these closing speeds next to the walls. Naturally, the FIA response is a masterclass in corporate nothingness. Refinement. Discussion. It's the classic four-step bureaucratic playbook.
First, the problem is exaggerated. Then, the problem is real but tiny. Next, it needs a careful study.
And finally, the season moves on and they expect you to forget about it. If the FIA wants an algorithm championship, the A2RL Autonomous Racing Series is right there in Abu Dhabi. Let the robots do the math. And even crash if they feel like it.
While the FIA keeps delaying the inevitable, I have been working on a solution. Next week, we are going to enjoy some actual racing. If you made it this far, you may as well subscribe to The Bunker so you don't miss next week's episode,
where we will talk about how to give the drivers the bloody tools back.